The following podcast has been brought to you by Audible.com. Sign up now using the URL audibletrial.com/TTV to get a free audiobook of your choosing. We recommend Brick by Brick, How LEGO Rewrote the Rules of Innovation and Conquered the Global Toy Industry. You may recognize this as one of the sources we use in our show, Bionicle Autopsy. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/TTV. Enjoy the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sync.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to TTV episode 136.
Oh,
Yay.
the
Remember that
drum.
part where they
actually know
remember
the
that part
episode?
where they said, Var and Venom would both have to be missing in order to get through with it?
It happened. Now, if anyone
we go.
says it, it'll feel contrived, so nobody say it.
I know, right?
Say something to make me not sick. Again.
Wait, what? You're sick?
I like pineapple.
Yeah. Oh man, I feel better already.
Man, I hate pineapple.
I
Why
don't
on
like
earth would you hate
Why would you
pineapple?
hate pineapple?
I
What's
don't
your
know.
problem with pineapple?
This
Actually,
is the
not-
first time me and Takuma have disagreed on something.
I
No,
don't.
uh,
Let me rephrase. I don't dislike pineapple. I just don't like pineapple.
so you're
How is-
indifferent.
Okay.
I like
did you eat the
pineapple
pineapple
juice.
pizza that we bought at NYC?
Oh,
No, I
pineapple.
didn't.
It's always got to be.
You
Of course
probably
I
picked
didn't.
off the
Oh,
pineapple
because it had
pieces.
gluten.
My
Ah.
favorite
Yeah, but it was
pizza.
gluten. I couldn't eat it, and you guys, I was like starving to death because we didn't go to Walmart, and you guys ordered a pizza.
Domino's
Dude,
pizza.
Or what do I have to? What can I order that's gluten free?
I don't know. There was probably
Meso.
plenty of stuff. in New
Meso,
York.
do you have a Domino's
what?
pizza anywhere nearby that can deliver?
Domino's.
That's not
Domino's.
Oh, I have a
gluten-free.
Domino's pizza.
Yeah.
Domino's pizza.
It doesn't have gluten
You-
ingredients, but it's
you can
not
have
exactly
you can get a
trusted.
gluten-free pizza.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
mean-
We've ordered them several times.
You can get a
gluten-free
pizza free of gluten ingredients,
You can
not
get
necessarily
a
free of
pizza
cross-contamination.
from Domino's.
And what?
Cross
And this week you
contamination?
can get it for half price, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
This is hilarious.
Okay.
Let's talk
Which will,
about
of
this.
course, be null and void by the time the episode comes out.
Yeah, but basically, if it said the gluten-free pizza is made in a kitchen and it touches a bunch of gluten ingredients, and the
I see.
utensils have gluten on them, and you make them with that.
Are you gluten intolerant, or do you have like celiac disease?
To my knowledge, it's the latter. It's been like years since I went and checked.
If
It was
if
more on the
celiac
serious side of the
disease,
thing.
that's a
Yeah,
different story.
better to err on the side of caution in my case. I don't know about LJ.
All I know
Yeah,
I
always
think
have an
I have several
anaphylactic
sisters who
shock
can't have gluten, and
by
they've
your
been
side.
eating these pizzas.
I think I'm just intolerant. Yeah, come on, make all your jokes now.
Lucky
Get
you.
it out of the way.
So anyway,
No,
this
it's
is gonna
not
be
a joke.
I will
we're
add that
talking
to your
about
list
pizza
of
and gluten-free.
intolerances, LJ.
Pineapple and bacon.
This is going to be a great episode. I can already tell.
Who
Let's
are
go
we,
ahead and
Meso?
introduce ourselves. Yeah, I'm getting to it. I was making the segue.
You were trying so hard.
Okay, I can pull a Vince segue if you want me to.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Good.
Anyway, I'm messing up.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Viper.
I'm Takuma Nuva.
And once again, this is TTV 136. We've cut down on our cast about half as much since last week.
I think we
So-
all needed a break after last week.
Oh
We're gonna
yeah.
have a nice, calm, relaxing talk where nobody gets mad.
Takuma,
Precisely.
it's not really
Episode.
gluten-free, you feek.
LJ, shut up.
Hey,
Wow.
what's your language, LJ?
Yeah. Who let X Trooper
PG-13.
into the room? Jeez.
Eggs. Yeah.
Eggs, trooper.
Eggs, trooper.
Oh man, so this week we've pretty much only got 2 pieces of news, so we may as well go ahead and knock them out right at the start. Both Bionicle related, both tie into the story, so we'll kind of group them together. We got the latest Bionicle episode in English, Team of Heroes. We also got some exciting news about the Bionicle story and the books and graphic novels and all that. So, for starters, episode 7, Team of Heroes. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
We finally got to see the Toa's dynamic for the first time.
In English.
Quote unquote first time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you guys think?
I liked it.
Enjoyed it. Yeah, it was neat. I was really happy
It
to hear
makes
it.
me happy that I brought a newer because he seems like the nicest one there.
No, don't bring up a new one. Otherwise, Messo's gonna do the thing.
Wait, what?
The what?
No, nothing, Messo.
What
nothing.
thing?
Nothing.
Ha ha ha!
Ah, son of a gun.
Don't fight!
Yeah, there it is.
I'm a newer claws.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
like the deal with these animations.
Sorry, man.
We're happy for
No.
you, Viper.
The deal with these animations is 90% of what we talk about usually boils down to the voice acting, which is why talking about them in English is actually worthwhile. And I gotta say, this episode was pretty good. It's probably my favorite one thus far, even though some of the voices were a little off. Namely, Golly and Liwa.
Yeah, Golly sounds really strange.
It is. I
Stop, you idiots!
Liwa was cool though. He's a very different approach, but I couldn't always tell from the character animation that's what they were gonna be going for.
I don't
Yeah,
like
I
it.
like Liwa.
I am
don't
Liwa.
like it.
I roam the sky.
You
I
can
can't remember
change
what he
his.
says. He makes a joke to.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing. He doesn't even really make a joke. He's like, I vote for Onua. He knows how to grab attention. I
See,
swear.
what's not to like?
He's got that Liwa charm. Why don't you like it? Because he's not, like, Irish.
No, because he's not me. I should be
not
voting.
my
I should be
friends.
voicing him.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, you
it was,
can't. You're so offensive.
Kai, what'd you think of the episode?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Okay, the voice act. I mean, it's the same thing. It's one guy doing it. I have to give him props. You know how hard it is for one guy to do 6 voices? It's kind of.
He does do a decent job.
He does do a
I
decent
agree.
job. I can tell who is who, and that is really difficult for one voice actor. So I give the guy a lot of credit. I mean, he's not like quote unquote true to the original characters, but he doesn't really need to be. They're not the original characters. Shouldn't be expected to be, I guess. That's really all I have to say about it. There's not like, it was nice seeing some interaction, but when you see an episode beforehand, several months ago, and then you see it again in English can only do so much.
English actually seems worse. Seeing the episode originally, you could, like, pretend the voice acting was good.
Ouch.
I mean, ouch, yeah.
Man.
It's the sad
Hey.
truth.
So you know that, like,
Come on.
there might be, I don't think it's 100%, but some people that worked on these things might be listening in. So,
Look,
the opinions
we-
of Messinat.
we
You
pride-
should have made Gally a
publicly
girl
detracted.
according
We
to the
pride
Bionicle fan
ourselves
base.
on our honesty.
No, I just.
I'm fully aware that in our era of somewhat popularity, we probably have LEGO employees that listen. I do not pull punches, and it's out of love. It's not out of cruelty.
Oh my God.
The voice
It's-
acting is not good. It would be
I-
10 times better if you like had actual voices.
Like
Here's the
me.
deal with me.
No,
I have
not you.
I have empathy for these people, especially the single voice actor has to voice 6 different people, and one of them's a female, which I'm pretty sure that's pretty difficult for a male narrator without sounding really strange.
Narrator.
So
Narrator.
unless you can do better, Meso, I mean, tone it
Okay.
down.
Look,
Well, okay, hold
I
on.
do not.
I have a problem with that argument. I don't think that, like, to critique something, you need to be a master of it. Like, you don't
No,
need to be a
I
master
mean, I
chef
didn't say
to know
don't
that something
critique
tastes
it.
bad
I mean,
as a
like,
food.
don't be so hateful on it. If you know,
I'm not hateful.
It
is
that
but a
I agree
fact.
with.
You do
Yeah,
better.
Meso, your
Again.
unpopular opinions around here
you
have
have
been
the right
Again.
to critique
traction.
something. But
Okay,
if
no.
you-
Hold up a second. It's not hateful.
But it
The
sounded hateful. You're
the
just
Bionicle
like,
community at large is on
sorry
my
to say,
side
but it
here.
kinda
I
sucks.
speak for the Viper.
Alright.
Let me
Your
finish.
argument, I get what you're saying, Meso, but your argument to don't be hateful can't be the Bionicle community agrees with me. That's just not hate. So,
I mean, like, I don't really see anything wrong with it. The voice acting is bad. Do you disagree?
No,
I
I
don't
don't
think it's
disagree,
good,
but I
but
don't like
I
go
don't
on
think
about
it's
it, going and
bad.
saying how much it sucks.
I don't
because
go on
I can
about it either.
understand.
I gotta point it out. You know? This is English. We're talking about the English episode. The only thing different from the English episode to the Italian episode is the voice acting. The voice acting is not good, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, but how do you know the
lie
voice
and say
inflections
that
of
it's
an
not
Italian
good.
accent, though?
I don't really.
So
I'm
you
not
can't.
I
really,
didn't say the
like-
Italian one was good. I just said it was different. You couldn't tell what they were saying, so you could pretend that it was maybe
So you
good.
can't compare two things if you don't know what one of them are.
I think I can compare it very well in the realm that, as I said 3 times, I'm not gonna comment because I don't know Italian.
But the Meso,
Hey,
if you play
I-
Mario, you will know Italian very quickly.
Yeah, I'm
And you're
just
saying I
that
was
you can't
offensive with the
understand
Irish accent,
when-
LJ.
When
Yes,
you
you are
can,
offensive.
when you can't understand the language, I was able to kind of pretend that, oh, these guys have different voices, and it was really cool, and that's why I like the episode so much. Episode comes out, I still really like the episode. The immersion is reduced because, as Kai said, the guy does do an impressive job in the sense I can tell who is who, but I can still tell it's one guy voicing it. And that pulls me out of it quite a lot. And I don't really think any of you disagree with me.
No, I don't.
Well,
I mean,
Meso, I
stand
think-
by that.
So I make no apologies.
Meso,
Voice
I'm
acting was
sorry.
bad.
I'm just so blinded by your misguided hatred toward that one voice actor who I'm sure has poured his heart and soul and worked so very hard to get to the position where he is at that you dare critique him in any way, shape, or form.
Look, it's not his
The
fault.
audacity!
It's not his fault. It's not the guy's fault. He does a pretty good
yeah.
job. It's Lego's fault.
Yeah,
It's the overarching management actually making the decision to
Oh.
have one voice actor.
Yeah,
Okay.
the reason
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
like
I'll
it
give
is
that.
through Lego because they've purposely made this decision.
I mean,
to have
it's
one
so much
voice
easier
actor.
to be mad at a company as opposed to like, you know,
Yeah.
a certain person, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the
Like
same time,
man.
it is a little like, I kind of get what they were going for here because the narrator is a popular and kind of, you know, very important part of Bionicle in terms of, you know, promo material.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this thing would really benefit from multiple voice actors. And I get it was probably a cost thing because you have to pay, according to the Actors Guild, you actually have to pay quite a lot for voice actors. And you
Yeah.
have
Well,
to meet minimum SAG requirements, I believe.
Kai, I'm pretty sure as we determined a little while ago via discussion we had and some finding things out, the Actors Guild, the Voice Actors Guild is not all-encompassing.
I mean, fair enough, but I mean, I'm assuming money is the reason why they're not having multiple voice actors.
That
That's
is
what
a
I'm
very
assuming.
sound assumption. I just wanted to point that
Right.
out.
I mean,
Okay,
funny
fair
story.
enough.
First of all, I want to say the dude's voice, to be completely fair to the guy, he does a great job when he's actually narrating stuff.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really evokes that nostalgia. It only falls apart when he voices the characters. Secondly, it's actually funny. This is hearsay. I haven't heard it myself. Apparently the Korean version of the episodes, Golly has a female voice actor. So,
But
I'm not sure as to the reliability of that, but
Yeah,
that's
this
interesting.
is what I mean
if
by
true.
critiquing things you don't understand, like on one side that you don't understand when you're comparing
But-
it with another.
Well,
Because now
actually,
That Viper,
that's
that's
the-
not even remotely related.
yeah,
I'm
no,
just
no.
bringing it up.
No, I was just saying, like, they may have used different voice actors for the Italian one as well, but because we don't speak and listen to fluent Italian very often, we can't
I
really
never-
have a
Yeah.
comparison.
Yeah,
That's
Meso,
what
maybe
I'm
that
saying.
female voice actress sucks beans at her job. Or maybe she's like the Paula Dean of voice work. I don't know.
the Paula Dean of voice work?
I'm not
Is
making
that your
any.
amount of pop culture? The Paula Dean of voice
Hey.
work?
I'm not
Hey.
making any claims about the quality. I'm just saying I read a comment somewhere that said the Korean dub has a female voice actor.
Yeah, well,
That's
I read
it.
a comment somewhere
I think
that
it's
we're gonna
perfectly
die
within
in
my rights
2012.
to mention that.
Here,
Comments
I'm
on the
gonna look
Borat
it
are
up.
going to return next year, so.
Bionicle on...
Actually, it's a valid critique. I don't know what to think. I honestly don't. With this new information. The Koreans get a female voice actor, but is it cheaper in Korea, I guess? Because
I have no clue.
I mean, maybe because of, multiple, anime, which is, by the way, is a correct pronunciation.
Anime.
Anime.
Don't laugh. It's an actual pronunciation. I was right.
Actual pronunciation.
Is this a
Guys.
possibility that the female that voiced in the Korean one could have been like a staff member of Lego? So she
Definitely
was kind of
possible.
like,
Just somebody
oh,
they pulled.
yeah.
From like
We're
the,
like, you, lady, I need you.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
it's-
into
We need you
this.
for Gali.
maybe like the intern.
Yeah.
That's also how you propose to somebody. Hey, lady, I need you. Come marry me.
Wow.
That's exactly how it goes down.
I'm
Nice.
really wondering though, because what if it isn't a Korean voice actor that's just really, really good at his job, and he's really good at impersonating a lady?
That'd be cool. Teach him English.
Dude,
Bring him
sounds like a
on.
lady.
I think
This
I
man,
found it.
bring him on. We need him.
Yeah.
Hey, Kahi, is this Korean?
Wow, that was probably the most racist thing
Okay,
you've ever said.
hold on.
just
Actually,
because-
that was
just
entirely unintentional. I seriously
Uh-huh.
did not mean
Yeah,
for that
sure.
to happen.
Yeah, no, just
I
because.
swear. No,
Wow.
wait, no, I'm sorry. Oh no.
I'd just like to add, no one knows what like.
Hey, Var,
talking
does this look
about.
like Nigerian to you? Like,
No.
Wow. Yeah, this is probably what they're
this is
referring
Korean,
to.
by the way.
Oh,
So let's see if it's true. Let's
All
fact
right.
check this.
yeah. Let's not spread misinformation.
Yup. Live on the air fact checking with TTV.
It was like that one episode when you're like, oh, live breaking news!
Yeah, it sounds female to me.
Nah, I wish the episodes were longer, or there was more of them, because you see how short the episodes are when Kopaka and Tahu just start fighting immediately when there should be a build-up
Wow.
of that rivalry.
No,
Yeah.
it's an actual female voice actress.
Top tier. But no, yeah, this episode was great. I wish there was more, like you said, a lengthier form of this dynamic.
Yeah,
But at
like
least from now on, all the Toa are gonna be together.
there's like a build-up of like, they meet each other and Tahu's like, I am the leader, and he's like, no, I am the leader, Kopaka, and then they just stand and stare at each other, then they like, just randomly charge at each other, you're like, whoa! Whoa!
Terrible pacing. Alright, well. Yeah, it's the episode. Takuma, what do you think?
About what?
About the
The
episode.
episode. You've been having some mic issues, so you have that's
It
why you
wasn't
haven't been
mic
talking.
issues, it was headphone issues. I didn't hear anything of the last 20 minutes.
Oh,
Ouch.
well.
You missed our
know,
insightful commentary. Here's what we deduced. The Korean dub of episode 7, Gali, has an actual female voice actress. And we're just discussing whether it's good or not. Not that specific,
I haven't
but
seen
the
the
episode.
Korean version, so I cannot comment. Episode
Well, just
was
the-
fine. GG, 10 out of 10. Great bait, mate. Let's move on.
Okay, fine.
Wait, why are we using it for fishing?
So basically, I hope that the Bionicle story is infinitely better when we have, like, all the Toa interacting with each other instead of just Tahu 24/7 and montages. So I'm looking forward to where this is gonna go from here.
Hey, the
That's
Tahu
pretty
show
much
is
it.
cool.
No, it really wasn't.
Hey, come on.
Tahu
Tahu.
show. It's like a sitcom. It's like all the Tahu.
Tahu.
Evil is rising!
Tahu.
Okay.
Golly.
And
So-
you ruined it.
The next bit of
I was trying to
news
make
that we
2.5 men
have...
joke, but never mind.
Thanks.
The next bit of news that we have is something a little more interesting, but it's kind of a retread of stuff we've talked about in the past. We'll see how far we can get. Basically, Lego has struck up a partnership with, what's the people called? Isn't it Little Brown, if I recall correctly? Yeah, Little Brown Books for young readers. Lego struck up a partnership with them to publish Lego graphic novels and eBooks.
Ooh,
For three of
eBooks.
Lego's themes: Ninjago, Friends, and yes, Bionicle.
Woohoo! Ebooks. That means
Yeah.
I don't have to dang ship the thing across America and the Atlantic
Yeah, it took
Ocean.
forever.
Yeah, they
You
took
had
a
to wait like
long
weeks
time.
for your ignition books.
I got 2 months. 2 months. Where
Apparently,
are my
the deal
books?
is that Paper Cuts currently has the license for Bionicle and Ninjago graphic novels, but it expires at the end of 2015.
Oh.
So that's interesting. I'm not sure when we'll see these, realistically speaking, but it's very unclear as to what they mean here. If this is an entirely separate line, if the books that were announced prior are going to be ebooks, or have ebook counterparts, or if these are different books that are going to be ebooks, and if the graphic novels are standalone, or if it's just going to be the graphic novels in ebook form. Nobody really knows what this means. However, I am certainly not one to oppose any additional form of story media, so I say bring it on.
Right. I
It's
honestly,
awesome news.
what I'm really hoping for is that they'll have audio versions of this book.
Oh, yes,
Go
hire
try
me.
out at audible.com/TTV and get a free trial for 1 month.
Nice plug. I like it.
Yeah, listen
But then
to
all the
LJ
voices will be
Bibliwa.
voiced by the same person again. Do we want that twice?
That is true. Audiobooks do a really good job of that. I'm not gonna, I have an Audible subscription, and I've been listening to Steve Jobs' biography, and it reads really well. So maybe do
Jobs'
better.
biography. Hang on, no, let's let this sink in. Kahi, in his infinite amount of time, sits down to listen to the invigorating Steve Jobs biography.
I think the point of audiobooks is to be able to do the whole book thing without having to sit down and take the time.
If I had to
No,
sit
I
down and just read
understand
it.
That's very true.
I hear it. Well,
Yeah, I'm not
work.
talking about how he's listening to it. That's fine. Ebooks are great. Audiobooks are great.
LJ, are you
It's
trying
the
to start
book.
something?
Yes, I am.
Then
Steve
let's skip
Jobs'
it.
autobiography.
You want
No,
me?
it's not his autobiography. It's a biography.
That's
I
audio.
never said autobiography.
Audio biography. What are you trying to say? Are you saying it's wrong for people to be interested in the life of Steve Jobs?
No, I'm saying Kahi could listen to so many other things that would be so much more helpful than Steve Jobs' biography.
What
are you gonna learn
from
thing?
that,
Kahi?
LJ,
Like
how
what?
would you
What
know
do you-
whether
what-
or not it
what
is
can
worth
I
the
listen
time? Have
to?
you actually read or listened to it in order to be able to make such an assessment on the
I
way
don't
Kahi
need
spends
to.
his time? You don't need to.
Yeah, I
Oh
met
my
him,
gosh.
he gave me candy, I
So
ate that
good.
candy,
I-
and now I already know about
I
his
am
life.
instantly the master of knowing everything that needs to be known and being able
Yes.
to judge people on how they
You see,
spend their
he
time and whether or not
transferred
I
a part of his knowledge
I
onto all the
am
children
the
that he gave
expert
candy
on
that day.
intrinsic
and I was one of
value
them.
Of knowledge.
I hold
Elder- Elder's
part
the
of
only one that's
Steve
met
Jobs'
Steve
consciousness.
Toa of mango steak.
Have you read the Steve Jobs audiobook? No? Then you can't judge.
But you can judge if you go to audible.com/TTV and get your free trial.
Get a better
Elder,
book than that!
Alder, you're the only
what-
one here
what,
that's
dude?
met Steve Jobs. Don't you want to honor his legacy?
Yeah, by not
LJ,
boring everyone.
All right, let me
know it's
ask you.
boring
Okay,
if you haven't read it?
do you have an Audible subscription? What have you been listening to?
I have been
Or
listening.
what would you listen to if not for?
Oh, what would I listen to? Goodness gracious.
Brick
Probably
by
book-
brick.
Probably books I don't have.
Well done, LJ. Well
Like
done.
Steve
Like
Jobs.
Steve Jobs' autobiography? Or not autobiography, audio biography. Excuse me.
But it's like, why can't you listen to something else like How to Be a Better Person for Dummies? I bet that's a stellar read, I'm sure. Listen.
LJ's got in his audiobook library How to Grow Mangosteen.
Yes. I
Brick
want to
by
do that.
brick, How Lego rewrote the whatever.
Oh, come on, I actually have that book. I don't need an audio
I do
subscription.
actually
but
have that
but
book,
you
and I
guys
read
do.
No, but
LJ,
honestly, I
your
love
lame
audiobooks
attempt to start
because
something is
I'm really
failing.
slow at reading.
Never
like,
listened to an audiobook.
It took me ages to read all of the Bionicle Legends, and I mean like 2 weeks, and
Oh
those
my
books
goodness.
are tiny.
I sped through them. Whenever we read them, we go super fast.
You're like, Viper, are you done yet? No.
Every time a new Bionicle book came out, I'd always sit down in a secluded room and time myself to see how quickly I could finish reading it. And I'd get better and better every time. I'd knocked it down to an hour, 45 minutes. Every time.
I'd always read them in the store so I didn't have to buy them.
Same.
Buy them used, let them lie nice and good.
Same.
Why didn't you just borrow them from the library at that point?
Good
Because
question.
the library does not actively have all current Bionicle books. I tried.
I guess
that's where I read
I
all
guess
of
it
them.
must just be my library.
I read
because I can
all
order
of them from
books
the
with my library.
No, dude, I can order my books from my library too. They just don't have the Bionicle books.
Mine did. does. I don't know. It's been a few years.
It's like you can just look it up in an online database, all the books that exist, and just order one.
I read magazines at the store, and the staff give me dirty looks. They're like, "Hey, stop reading that, please." I'm like, it's only like a 90p magazine. What, are you gonna throw me at? Actually, don't.
19p? Is that its resolution?
Pardon?
So anyway.
No, Meso. I need her to hear this.
Yes.
No. Just
What'd you say?
Keep going, Meso.
Viper.
He said something really stupid.
19p? Is that its resolution?
No surprise.
Is that its resolution? You're an unfunny guy.
Don't
So,
give him
Bionicle books.
Just move on.
They're pretty good. I have long since said that we need more story mediums, and I'm not sure if these books are the same ones as we got before, or different ones, but either way, if they are different, that's awesome. Because this means we basically have comics back in a kind of sense of the word.
I think we should try and interview the new graphic artist, if there is any.
Totally, continue
Old
the
time's
tradition.
sake, yeah.
Yeah, because we never finished interviewing the last ones.
No.
Well, he won't get back to us, so...
Yeah.
Meaning my record of me being the only one to talk to him holds strong.
Yup. Not forever, though. Not forever.
Hey, it'll happen forever. I'll end up being the only one to talk to Sturt Sager.
Probably.
Yeah, definitely.
So I guess that's pretty much it for the news. Anybody have anything else to say?
Nope.
See, this is...
Anyway.
I don't know why we always try to go with the news. We should do something else and then transition to the news at the last
Okay, fine.
second.
How's about we talk about Steve Jobs' autobiography, Kahi?
Okay, it's actually really interesting. Did you know?
No, I don't care!
That Steve Jobs is responsible for pioneering the Mac and the concept of having a GUI and a mouse on board a computer. Xerox actually came up with it, but Xerox, the company that makes photocopiers, they actually had a lab and they just hid it in the lab. And they wanted to buy stock in Apple, and Steve Jobs was like, sure, but if you show us what's going on in the lab, and they showed it, and he's like, holy crap, you guys could control everything that goes on with computers, but Xerox wouldn't invest in it. So he went back and he instructed all of his people to basically steal what Xerox had. And they coded it all themselves, and that was how the Mac came to be. I mean, after he was kicked off the Lisa project.
That sounds
Kahi
grand.
has become the new Steve Jobpedia.
Yeah.
I don't know about
that.
Also, he's responsible for a lot of the initial Pixar funding. So anything you see, coming out of Pixar, a lot to do with Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs actually owned Pixar before selling it.
That's
Andy.
just fantastic.
Don't die.
I'll try.
And I'm so...
Anyhow, that's all I have about Steve Jobs.
Yeah, that was so
Okay, fine.
exciting. I feel
So, Kai,
wait,
you've
what's
had no
that?
internet for like a week.
Oh, yeah.
I know, it's been terrible. I'm using my phone data, and my mom's been texting me all this time being like, why is our data saying 75% has been used?
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to record, Mom, so sorry.
Nice.
Sorry, Mom. Got things to do.
Yeah, it's like, it happened at literally the most inconvenient time ever. Right when GTA 5 heists come out.
The GTA 5 heists
And
come
we
out.
need you. You're our fourth person, really, because of time zones, we can't always count on Viper to be around.
Oh, yeah.
You were it, Kai. You were the fourth person, and that's when your internet.
I'd be up at
I
4
called
in the
them. I
morning.
paid everything. I called them. They said, "Don't worry, we're sending somebody out." Or no, don't worry, we're taking care of the problem. I called them again the next day, and they're like, "Nope, we're still taking care of the problem." Call them the next day. I'm like, I literally have no internet. And the lady's like, all right, let me double check. And she's like, oh, there's something went wrong with just flipping the switch, so we're gonna have to send somebody out. And they're like, okay, when are they gonna be out? And she's like, how about next week on a Tuesday? And I was like, what?
I just imagine
Next
Kai
week.
nearly pulling his hair out at this.
Oh man,
Kai,
it's
who's
so-
your ISP?
it's called Frontier.
Yeah.
That sounds like a game
okay, I'm
studio
not
that
as
used to
familiar with
make
Frontier.
my favorite game.
I was gonna say, if
Yeah,
it's
I mean-
Comcast, well, then that explains that.
Right. I mean, they're not. I will admit, the great thing about them is they don't care what goes on with my internet. So whatever I'm doing with the internet that I have, they don't care at all. They will not send anything to anybody about what I download.
Yep.
TTV
Like
does not
movies.
condone the use of the internet for download. You would not download a car, okay?
Oh, here we go.
That'd be amazing.
All right, come on, guys. You would
Although
download a
going
car.
back
If it was
to
possible to
what I
download
was,
a car,
oh wait,
wouldn't you download
that
a car?
never got released. Okay, I'm going to have to put up that TTV, TTN, TRFE, whatever it was. We're actually talking
Do
about
it,
3D printers.
please.
But
Put it on the board.
to
We'll love
recap
it.
one part of it, I mentioned 3D printing. You know, right now it's kind of a cool thing, but eventually, imagine if, you can buy digital music because, it's just information you download. It's not like there's a limited supply of it, like buying groceries or something. What happens when, can you imagine a future where the 3D printer is like, it's just something that it's a common household object, and instead of buying physical goods, you digitally download the schematic for a good that you then just print out on your 3D printer.
Whoa.
So instead of
Are you saying I'm going to download a banana?
No,
if you
you're not.
can invent
You're
a 3D
missing.
printer that can deal with edible objects, then by all means you can download a banana. But I'm talking about, like, if there's a mug, instead of them having to worry about a supply of plastic mugs or whatever, you just pay for the schematic, throw it in your 3D printer, bam, you've got your printed mug, and you got it within minutes, or however long it takes to print. Instead
We're
of
missing
waiting days
the
for it to be
very
shipped.
obvious thing here, and that is just say that I want to have Tahu as a set, but I don't have the money to buy Tahu. But I have a friend on the TTV message boards, plug,
Has the 3D printer schematics.
that has a 3D printer, and he scans Tahu into the thing, and I just print out Tahu. What is that going to do to physical toy companies like Lego
That will
if their
destroy the
schematics
toy
can just
business.
be available online?
It's
If
like
it
when
ever
people
gets
said
to that
when
point
people said
where
that
it's
products
that
were all
widespread.
going digital, they were at the point where they could all go digital, even a car. There actually exists. Somebody has built an entire car that works 3D printed.
Right?
Whoa.
That sounds incredible.
You could download a car at this point.
This is the digital age, guys. This is it.
Welcome to the new age.
To the new age. No copyrighted music. None
No
at all.
music.
So LJ, next time you go to the fruit packing job, you can have a 3D printer that prints fruit right into the box.
Why would I ever do that? Why wouldn't I
just think about
make-
it. You go to a grocery store, you don't have your cereal aisle and your fruit aisle. You just have the aisle. You just have like specific elements from the periodic table in different aisles, and you just have to go and grab the right combination that you can pour into your printer, and it prints the food.
What?
Takuma?
You
Wait,
go up to your
hold on,
printer
hold on.
and you
No.
surf
Wait.
the holographic internet and you tap what you want and it'll print it there for you.
No,
Why would you
no,
go
no,
to the
no,
grocery
no.
store?
Yeah.
Or you tell your AI, which is located in your contact lens, because, it's the future. You tell them that you're hungry for something, and then it prints it out for you automatically. Or it just reads your mind, and it gives it to a robot butler that comes and serves it to you, and feeds
I'm
it
gonna
to
tear
you.
your mind out of its socket.
LJ,
That worked.
I'm not. Never mind. It's not.
No, it
No,
didn't work.
you see, this is
What are you trying
all
to say?
not gonna work. None of this is going to work at all.
Why not?
Or at least,
Why not?
have you ever seen the beginning of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Oh, here we go. Oh, we're gonna base
No, because we don't
we're gonna
have
base our
it.
opinions of the future of the technological industry, including like the future of world hunger, on the beginning of a stupid Japanese cartoon.
I'm sorry,
LJ,
Takuma, but have you
Damn
seen it? Answer my question.
LJ can't.
To be fair, Takuma, we can't judge because we haven't seen it. LJ, tell us what is the beginning of
But
Full
we're at
Metal
least,
Alchemist.
you and I are at least approaching this logically instead of saying, "Oh, I saw a cartoon
I know,
once."
right? I think
Well,
LJ's
yeah,
being
let me
stupid.
okay,
let's,
fine,
let's
I'll
hear him out for a
explain.
second.
I'll explain.
Ah, sorry, I'm
so,
choking on LJ. Stupid.
Oh, yeah, Just watch the beginning, but I'll explain it. Spoilers for those who haven't seen it like I have.
It's the
I've only
beginning.
seen the beginning.
Everyone's gonna see it.
So
LJ.
basically there are two characters,
LJ,
they're both brothers,
I've seen
and their
it.
mother dies.
I saw the
But
beginning of it. I thought it was
Great,
one of
well,
the
I'm explaining
stupidest
it to
things I
Kahi.
ever saw.
I'll explain it to Kahi. So,
I don't care.
I care.
Ooh.
So these two brothers
No one
lose
cares
their
if you
mother,
care or not.
and they're trying to like bring her back to life, and they get involved in alchemy, and they want to bring her back using this magic that they know. They want to do, what is it, equal exchange? Fudge, I forget what it is. Basically, they get all the ingredients, the exact ingredient measurements of every substance in the human body, and put it on this alchemy table. And they say, alright, let's do this. And they use their magic. Well, because of this, this kid's younger brother, his body gets sucked away because it's a trade. And the mother kind of comes back to life, but instead of being
all messed up and she's not.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Viper. Gosh,
it's such a
instead of being a human,
Yeah.
she's just this amalgamational blob of parts, and it's just this huge blob of blood and people.
Was that the scene that Mange was talking about that one time when he gets like eaten into this like pile of flesh, or is that a different anime?
Fudge, I don't know. Envy likes
Oh, wait,
Akira.
okay.
No,
So
it's Akira. It was Akira.
Here is what.
So, what
Here's
LJ,
what
to
I
recap,
gathered,
LJ
okay?
says that
This
3D
is- yeah.
printing will not work because people will try to play God and lose their younger brother's
What?
body,
No.
leaving only their
No.
soul.
He's saying,
Because
hey,
magic-
3D
It may
printing
not
won't
be the
work
same,
because
is
I
what
saw
he's
these
saying.
kids try magic in a cartoon once, and that didn't go well. So 3D printing can't ever be a deal.
No, I'm saying you're never gonna get a 3D printer to like perfectly mold a banana, as we know a banana to be. It's going to be like a banana brick.
A banana bread.
This is LJ in 1980. You'll never be able to put circuits that small. Personal computers will never become a thing.
Yeah, who was it? There
Legitimate what
was
you're
somebody
saying.
who specifically
Legitimate what you're
said
saying.
that
You, in
the
about
home
20 years,
computer
we'll
would
look
never
back at
be
what
a
you said
thing.
and we'll laugh. Yeah,
Kahi.
there are people that said personal computers will not be a thing.
I'm trying to remember
Steve
who it
Jobs'
was.
biography.
Kahe.
there was a specific
banana
person who
is-
said that the home computer was like an interesting idea, but would never become commonplace.
Right.
I'm just saying you're gonna have a
Get
very
this.
hard time 3D
LJ,
printing
you're not saying
bananas.
anything.
I mean,
You're just you're
how are you going to
showing.
get a banana that the 3D printer acknowledges? You take all these components, you put them all together, and it magically forms in the exact shape of banana. You
It's
can
not
feel
magic.
It
It's not
tastes
Apparently,
the same.
3D printed food has already.
Yeah, 3D.
not
Like
magic.
I was saying, you do know that they printed hamburgers before, right? Like that's physically
Oh no,
happened.
that's not even close. I'm talking about a fruit, a peelable fruit.
Yes,
Yes.
that can
Apparently
happen.
there's 3D printed pizza.
People can build a car using 3D printing. Why is a banana so far-fetched to you?
You don't peel a car. Okay, here's the thing. There are layers. It's like
want
an
a car.
onion.
You
It's
don't
like an
peel
onion.
down the street.
Layers. The banana is two
Okay.
different
All right, that's it.
components.
No, we're getting off the stupid train now. That was
no,
the dumbest
no,
thing.
this
That's
makes
the
logical
dumbest
sense.
thing. You
Yeah,
can't
you
be like,
take a-
okay, well, the organic compounds of the banana make it harder to replicate than just the electronical components of a car. No,
I'm not
you
saying-
can't peel a car. Well, whoop-de-freaking-do. I guess our 3D printing peeling technology isn't up to snuff. Can't print a car
Sounds like one of
or a
those
banana.
stupid car commercials where they like try to show off the car. and
You
they, like,
wouldn't peel a car.
It's a banana. I'm saying it's so much harder to 3D print a banana than it is a car. Like a car,
See,
you
that's
have all
what
these
you
metallic
can't go like you
components.
can't peel
You
a
have all
car.
these
You-
plastic components. They're singular components. But a banana, they're interconnected
A
like
banana
two
has
different
two
things.
components: the banana part and the banana peeling part.
I understand what you're saying in that organic compounds are naturally harder
LJ,
to
you do really realize
than
that people
cars.
have made artificial leaves that actually work, right?
Right.
They absorb sunlight,
they're not
photosynthesis,
bananas!
and all this.
I'm not
but
saying
they're
I'm
an
not saying
organic
that they aren't harder.
plant.
I'm saying people have done it. People have printed.
No, Kai, no.
Yes, people have printed substances that can be eaten.
A
They're edible
substances? Are you
substances.
saying people
Ah,
like
quit.
they're printing drugs now? Oh, great. What is this gonna do to the drug cartels, huh?
All right. So, audience, in case you were wondering why we always say LJ stupid, that was it. That was just
This pretty much epitomizes it.
I can't.
So get this. Get
Ask
this.
him about Wi-Fi sometime. Just ask.
Get
him.
this.
Oh my goodness.
Get this. I have no clue to the reputability of this website, so take it with a grain of salt. But an article from July 8th, 2013. Astronauts headed for outer space might be bringing mechanical chefs along in the form of 3D printers capable of printing food, from efforts by scientists at Cornell University. Gel-like substances called hydrocolloids, altered with varying flavoring agents, are producing foods with different tastes and textures when printed. Success in printing fake mushrooms, mozzarella cheese, and bananas that look and taste like the real thing has already been achieved. But some still feel that from-scratch meals of steak and potatoes are still 15 or 20 years or more in the future.
Boom!
Still at this stage, they find
snap.
food items like frosting and cheese simpler to produce than fruits, veggies, and meats, but they are on the right track.
I'm sorry.
Now.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you over the sound of LJ being completely and utterly wrong.
Now,
I'm feeling
Kahi.
stupid on live on.
Well,
air.
I mean, technically, we don't know, because all he was saying was it's a lot harder to 3D print a banana
we know it's
than a
harder.
car.
No, he said
We
it was
don't know.
impossible to print a banana. That's what he said. He was saying that you cannot print a banana because it's so complex, it cannot be printed. We have this on recording. You can go back and listen to that. That's what he was saying.
I guess that's the beauty of a podcast, I guess.
I'm so
Mhm.
glad
See,
I got
Kahi.
my headphones working enough to continue with this episode.
Kahi, you know what my counter argument is to all that?
What?
That's not a banana.
Your ignorance?
Because now we're gonna get into the theological debate about what is a banana.
A theological debate.
What
All right, hold on,
is
sorry,
a
sorry.
banana
Hold
in
on.
our lives?
What does that word mean? Can you tell me what that word means?
Yes, it means
Okay.
to hypothetically debate what a ancient banana is.
Theological does not mean
Oh,
theory.
man. Theological
It comes from
debate.
theology.
Theology, the study of God, religion, which you would probably know if you actually
Well,
went to
maybe the
church.
banana is religious. We don't know.
LJ literally worships bananas. And that's why he doesn't want people making false gods. This is all just a
man.
golden calf to LJ.
Good
Are you saying potassium isn't holy?
Your head is
Are
about
you
to hold
saying
me
that
holy if I ever get
theological
my
just
hands
means
on
to
it.
theorize something? Is that
Go
what you
on.
thought the
No,
word
no,
meant?
no, I'm curious to see where this goes. Go on.
What did they do for baptism? Did they like flay your skin?
No, they peeled
Did you go
the
through
skin,
a peeling?
and then they
Yeah,
like
flayed you.
they
literally
they
flayed you.
took hot chocolate sauce. They were about to make it like a banana split, and then they pour it over the banana, and then they wash it off, and then they sew back the peel.
Banana splits must be like some sort of heinous crime to you.
Oh yeah, it's murder.
You must see.
Well,
one
it's
just
it's
feels
like
so
no,
much
actually,
guilt.
it's a banana baptism gone wrong.
Can
Like,
we give you a baptism?
Okay,
Like,
hold on, wait,
occasionally-
stop.
3 hours.
LJ, can you define what baptism means?
you see, occasionally the banana priests screw up, so instead of being like, oh well, we gotta throw this one away, they go the full mile and they just peel the full banana and then put a bunch of ice cream and all the rest of the chocolate there. So it's like, oh, okay,
I
we
feel
made
like that would
lemons
be
out
a
of lemon. We
terrible
made lemonade out of
disservice.
lemons, guys. Oh, lemons! Are you gonna 3D print a lemon?
Look it up. In the meantime, go on.
Okay, guys,
Banana
I mean,
witnesses
I don't know.
believe in an afterlife, LJ.
Well, you see, they believe in the reincarnation of the peel.
What are we talking about?
We're having a
What
no
are we-
religious
what are we
discussion
doing
on
right
this
now?
topic.
Dumb.
They
I
go.
guess it has
It's
to do
the
with the church of
process
Batman.
called from potassium to potassium.
Do you like go door to door and ask people, have you found the banana tree of truth yet?
Potassium.
You see,
What?
in places in the United States where bananas are worshipped the most, it's called the Banana Belt.
There were two people on this earth once called L and J, and both of them ate the golden banana of truth.
Listen,
This
I'm not
episode
saying
was.
that I believe in all
So
this
are
banana stuff.
plantains like the Antichrist of bananas witnesses?
I'm just
No, that's the 3D printed bananas.
yeah. See,
Oh, I'm sorry.
those are the
Where do
artificial
plantains
bananas.
fall in?
This
Sorry,
is we're all
we
coming
were
back
not
to where this
theologically-
started.
Where do
We're
plantains
going right
come
back
from?
to where
was
this
banana
started.
enough to
What
we have to
is-
theologically examine it and the
What-
repercussions that it has.
What is a banana, guys? Come on.
Nope.
Like,
Where do plantains come
It
into
is a
this? I want
fruit.
to know.
A banana is good.
Banana is
I mean-
the seed of a banana tree is also a fruit.
What is a banana to you?
Something
A
I don't
lousy
like.
piece of fruit
I
that
don't
tastes
like bananas.
disgusting and should be
A banana is
purged from the
delicious
earth.
food. What is banana to you?
A banana is a fruit that has a texture of a slug as you eat it.
Bananas are disgusting. Pineapples are better.
Viper, don't you know there's some people from the banana company that might be listening to this podcast?
I don't
you
care.
can't be that harsh.
I've tasted a banana.
Okay,
I just
I'm
see
coming down a
LJ,
tree
like-
LJ right now. I'm
LJ's
like,
dropped.
yeah.
Rip in peace.
I feel like it's a...
Like once a day, LJ just
he-
turns to his picture of the
Yo, hey,
Chiquita
shh,
lady on
guys,
the wall.
guys, he's gone. He's gone from the recording. Holy crap,
I
that's
don't
the most that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That was probably the stupidest discussion that's ever taken place in the history of this
we
podcast.
get this in the episode.
No,
Do we really have to? Do we really have to pause just because
it is
LJ
a little.
dropped?
It's a little like it's admires of how he just he was literally just proven wrong, and he just kind of just
His ignorance
still-
level is
right.
over 90,000.
literally messed up on an article that said they printed bananas, and he was like,
theological debate.
theological.
My fingers are
Oh,
getting
boy.
sore from
So,
holding this cord this way,
speaking
but I
of,
really
like,
don't care right now.
3D printers and whatnot, if you could print biological things, does that mean you can, like, print your own species?
That's what some people are
You'd
wondering.
be like
that.
Spore.
This is going to be.
Hold up,
This is
hold up,
an
hold up,
actual
hold up.
theological debate. Because
Hold up.
Let's resync.
Yeah, let's resync.
LJ,
Five,
there.
4, 3, 2, 1,
Sync.
sync. Yeah, carry on.
All right. The actual theological debate comes in if you could just, genetically 3D print a human, would it actually work? Does it have a soul? Is the soul a necessary component of
I'm telling you.
the human thing? Can
Does
you 3D
this
print a
printing
soul?
have a soul?
Right,
No!
does printing have a soul?
No!
That is an actual theological debate that you could have. Can
Hey.
you print a soul? Can you engineer one? That's a discussion to actually have. However, what is not a theological discussion is if you can print a banana with a soul.
Hey,
But
listen.
we should really think about what this could do to Lego. Honestly, 3D printing is becoming a big deal, and regardless,
Look,
it's pretty
listen.
obvious. You can print bricks. You can print
Listen.
Lego bricks. So
There will be a subcategory of Lego fans that will probably take advantage of it. It'll probably cut into Lego's market share.
People are
or whatever.
already custom masks.
But just in the same
Did it-
way
what-
that the small
custom
minority of BIONICLE fans on BZ Power didn't really cut into Lego's profits all those years ago, the 3D printing community will never be big enough that it's gonna, bankrupt or hurt Lego.
Well, we say that now. Now I completely agree, because the plastic is not as good, and we don't have the correct, diagrams. But imagine that 3D printers become like computers are in our house. Everybody has a computer. Okay? There used to be, one job used to be like, in the olden days, people would pay people to go and rap on their windows to wake them up. But now we have alarm clocks, so we don't, that entire line of work has disappeared.
Well,
movie reel
technically-
projectionists, they have disappeared.
If
So,
you want to get technical,
as the plastic gets better in quality and as 3D printers become more common, do you think Lego will try to capitalize on, making sets in order for people to print out? Or, how are they going to transition into the 3D printing world?
You know what this would
'Cause it's
really
coming.
improve? Pick a brick.
It's coming.
When you can't find the one of that one color you want.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Printing in other colors might be a big deal. But, what happens to toy companies when you can print any toy that you want? Especially Lego. If you can print all your Lego bricks and they're cheaper than actual Lego sets, what then?
And yes, they'll
What they'd
probably...
probably have to do is they'd have to make some sort of a agreement with the manufacturers of the 3D printers that say, hey, when people buy these schematics, you have to design your printers in so many ways that the information isn't stored permanently, where they can just go and pull it out and copy and paste. It has to stream instead of being stored in a way. That way, it can only be used so many times that people have to keep rebuying the schematics, so to speak.
Well, Takuma, you have to also realize if we have 3D printers, we're probably not too far away from 3D scanners. Imagine I can scan a high-resolution Lego brick. No matter what, I still own that brick,
Well,
and I can still scan it. So why can't I print it?
Lego will probably just integrate the 3D printing with LDD. in the
Copywriting
future,
will just have
honestly.
to go to a whole new level, basically.
Well, I mean, piracy is going to be a huge
That's really
deal.
what we need.
People right now, the only people really invested in piracy are like entertainment industry. Because people, are downloading music, they're downloading TV shows, they're downloading movies, video games. They're the ones that really care. Imagine if once 3D printing becomes a thing, anybody that makes anything is now going to be trying to stop piracy. Because if you can scan in any product you want, you can just replicate that.
Yeah.
And there's no real way to regulate that.
There would be no like ownership of creativity anymore, because just imagine like you've made like a lovely model, you're so proud of it, so you share it with everybody. Next day, there's a huge trend, someone's stolen your model and reapplicated it, or whether recreated it, but you had the original idea. So in that way, I would not like that.
I mean, at that point, you'd probably only share pictures, not the schematic to actually 3D print
Well,
it.
no, but...
Right. But, I mean, people could see what you... I mean, how many times have you...
people-
I mean, people can
seen
already,
Anyone can do it.
model anything they want to do anyways, whether or not,
We've reverse engineered mocks before. Imagine you can do it by printing out the pieces. I think that, like, it's an interesting... I don't really know how LEGO is going to cope with the 3D printing landscape coming up in the future.
They'll be fine.
I have no idea. I'm not saying
They'll
they're
be
gonna.
perfectly
I'm not saying they're gonna be kicked out of Vogue, or they'll go bankrupt or whatever. But it is interesting to note that there will probably be a point in time where we can print Lego bricks, and we can print them whenever we want, however we want them, and in any way that we see fit.
And it's all well and good saying, like, you can print loads of Lego stuff, but oil is, it's not recyclable. I don't know, just, you can't recycle oil. Oil is dead plants that have been processed over millions of years. So eventually oil's gonna run out. So
technically,
I don't know what you would do after that. I mean, guess no toys would be made then.
So wait. I have a question.
Kind of sometimes pointing to us.
What's your question?
Okay, this better be good.
I'm starting to
Better
see
not be
something
ignorant.
here.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see a pattern here based off of 5% oil is plants that have decomposed and melded into becoming oil over long, long periods of time. So hypothetically, what else molds into one cohesive conglomerate of material over a long, long period of time? Are you ready? Wait for it. Get ready. Two things, wine and cheese. Now, I believe personally that the new conspiracy is that Lego, more specifically App Lego, is going to go into the cheese and wine market. They're going to appeal to critics. They're going to go hardcore into the adult AFOL culture. They are going culture. See? Cultured cheese. Now,
We just cut
hypothetically
that part out.
speaking, finally, bringing us all back around, what are we going to end up using? Not 3D printed computers, not 3D printed Bionicle. Bionicle made of cheese.
So
That would
we were
suck.
having
I
an
do not like
intelligent
cheese
discussion.
whatsoever.
Edible Bionicle.
Remember that
Oh,
part where LJ
disgusting.
said that 3D printed bananas would be rock hard? I really want to
speaking
get
of
one
which,
now so I can
that
beat his
reminds
head with
me.
a banana.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
was
think
going to
we'll be
say,
able to-
if it's rock
I just
hard,
wanna-
can we beat LJ with it?
There's a use for everything.
I got a question. Can we 3D print a turtle?
Probably.
Well, we were just
A
talking about
what?
printing biological things.
Oh, so turtles.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we
Why a
cloned.
turtle?
I mean, if you think of what's her name, Dolly? Is Dolly,
Dolly
the
the
sheep that we
sheep.
cloned? Yeah, I
was
mean, I
cloned,
guess
yeah.
we could clone a turtle.
Why
and 3D
would you
print
want a
its
cloned
organs.
turtle?
But
Why do you
I want a
that?
3D printed turtle. I want a turtle with, like, a metal skeleton so that he can have a titanium shell and I can throw it at people.
I want a 3D printed LJ that I can make less stupid.
Sorry, good
I
friend
think
Matt
that's in his
Rocks.
genes, Takuma. We couldn't print an LJ and have it.
Well, I'm
not
gonna say,
be-
leave out those parts. It just. You know,
No,
why would
I'm
we
not
even
gonna-
bother
we
with
legitimately were having a
I take that back. Why
intelligent
would we
discussion about
copy
3D
Why
printing
would we print a
and
new
its
LJ
impact
instead
on the world.
of something else that is inherently
And now
better
we're
in every
back.
way, which wouldn't take
First-
much.
Sorry. Continue.
Time,
No, I was.
time
I
for a
was done.
shameless plug. Our good friend Mafrox recently designed and 3D printed a couple masks. Namely, isn't it the Mask of Possibilities? LJ, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
is that why
What
it looks
is it?
familiar?
And then Voriki's mask. And you can get him in shape ways.
Meso, what's a
That's pretty
Variki?
cool. Voriki is insert long backstory here.
He's a
That's pretty much
lie
the best.
that was really popular. He's like a fake that was super popular back in the olden days. Because I'm sure there's people that don't know about him.
He's
that are
like,
listening to us. Riki's
he's
like
like
the epitome of like the fake Toa. He was supposed to be like the 7th Toa, I believe, right?
he was a
Yep.
fake 7th Toa. He was something that somebody created because they were a fan, and they told everyone, hey, this is going to be coming out. And it never did because it was fake. So it was like, oh no.
I mean, it was
Time to
pretty
go.
obviously faked. It was obviously a picture of Onua.
Well,
that
I
had
mean,
been
here's the thing. You
squished
see,
in
it's
Photoshop.
obviously fake to us now, but that was made in like 2001, 2003.
And plus, most
So-
of the people
Yeah.
here now, if you even existed then, were still kids. So, and you're
Oh,
easier,
yeah.
you're more deceived as a child.
Well, see, basically, it was an idea, but then some dude, like, took it really far and ran with it to where you could actually buy spray-painted Voriki figures. And it was Voriki's for helping.
Yeah, it's like a charity.
Yeah, he would donate it to charity. It was pretty funny, actually.
I wonder how many donations.
I always
we
love
got.
going to the website because it's still up. It's
Is
pretty
it still
funny.
up? It's a kind of a relic now of the old internet. I think
awesome.
me and some friends did the same thing for I think it was last year or the year before in 2013 with Nuclear.
Yes.
Okay, no,
Which
no,
actually saw
Tahi,
some
you
traction.
mother of fudge.
Because we figured out how to render LDD models realistically. So we used Photoshop skills to create like a elegant box art and stuff, and then we blurred it and like started putting it on
Okay.
to see who would catch on.
Kahi, you need to do some explaining, because you see, every once in a while, because I browse Reddit, the Bionicle subreddit,
Right.
every so often, there's this post or comment, and people are confused, who is Gnuclear? I see the name
It's
popping up.
Nuclear, the G silent.
I don't care, it's stupid!
like gnome.
Explain, because I immediately blame you and your friends.
Oh yeah, no, it's totally us. Like it's a creation for our comic series, so it's not like. But I mean, it's no more stupider than Voriki.
Let me get
the
this straight,
idea-
Kahi. You, a member of this group, this podcast, contributed
Yes.
to the spreading of misinformation. Meso, let's fire him right now. We can fire him for that, right?
How about we fire you for saying that bananas can't be 3D printed?
I'm gonna
No,
opt
you
not
were
to
spreading
fire
misinformation throughout this entire episode.
In fact,
I'm gonna
Kahi,
opt to
in
not
fact,
fire
you're
anyone
also
and
the reason we
instead-
got into that whole hubbubaloo over the Mask of Time. Let's fire him
Someone-
twice for that.
Quick, let someone get the VAR signal up in the sky. We need him.
We'll signal Voriki to save us.
The lightning bolt.
In his younger years, Matoran Onapu had dug deep underneath the volcano and found a purple Kanohi, one of the only few known in existence.
Because
Oh,
Onapu
nice
already...
find.
He did not know that he had stumbled upon the ruins of a lost city, which had been destroyed and buried underneath the volcano in the time before time.
Also, nice find.
Their Toa, however, was waiting for his return from the skies, waiting to avenge his people against the evil that had come to pass, using the special powers of his Kanohi Gaha, the Mask of Lightning, and his own elemental powers. He would return to Motunui and not rest until the wrong had been undone, and the remnants of the lost tribe were reunited to take their rightful place as the rulers over the Matoran and rebuild their great civilization.
Wow,
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
I hope his quest didn't take too long. You know, it sucks being sleep deprived.
I
Yes,
kind of wish Voriki had been made canon. I think
That's
I could
better
use
than
them in
Takenuma.
the powers that be.
Yeah. Could have been like the guardian
Well-
of the Red Star.
Yeah, you do remember at one point Takanuva was supposed to be a kid, right? A kid who found his way into the Bionicle universe.
Wasn't that the Mask of Light movie? Like the
Yeah.
It was
original.
supposed to be the Mask of
plot.
Light movie, yeah.
It was
Oh,
like the
boy.
original script for it, which sounds
No.
really
Dodged a bullet
cheesy.
there, huh?
So glad
Man, can
that
you
didn't
imagine
happen.
the fan fiction that would have popped out
Like-
since then?
Even more cheesy than the actual movie now. The script.
Oh man, that would have been so cheesy.
Oh, it's making
Yeah.
me cringe.
It's
See?
the worst part
See?
of the Lego movie. I think agreed by a lot. Everyone I know agrees that the worst part of the Lego movie was when they brought in the whole real world thing.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all,
Actually, if
spoilers,
you
you
think
son
about
of a
it-
gun. Second
If you
of
think
all,
about it, the Lego
guys,
movie is a friend of mine has put forward that the Lego movie is the perfect explanation for or the perfect example of predestination, which is actually a theological thing, unlike what LD was talking about before. Anyhow, I
hey,
had to bring that
okay,
up.
guys, listen. What's the part we all don't like about New Bionicle? the cheesiness. Are you guys seeing where I'm going with this?
I don't mind cheesiness.
I think
Yeah.
it's okay.
Not like the old Bionicle had no cheesiness whatsoever.
Wait.
I don't
Meso,
mind
did you just say you
Bionicle
don't
cheesiness. The only thing I
mind
like about
the
Bionicle is the
cheesiness?
ending.
I do not mind.
It's happening.
cheesiness.
It's working. They're
The part
trying
I
to
don't
change
like
us.
the
They're trying to
most
make
was
us like
lack
the
of
cheese.
closure.
Look, I liked HF for the last 4 years. I don't have a problem with cheesiness if it's done in a certain way.
She's got a point.
Yeah.
Guys.
Its rotor is like so popular of a joke with me. It's my avatar 90% of the time.
Not sure
But it's not
whether or
dumb
not
stuff.
it was a good idea or I want to kill myself for bringing up the whole 3D printing thing. I don't
Yeah,
even
no,
know
it's
how
great.
that got
It's a
started.
great discussion. Once LJ got kicked out, then it was a really good discussion.
You didn't get
But-
kicked out.
Listen,
you got dropped.
I'm sorry that I tried to
that's
bring
the story we're sticking to.
some well-grounded theories
No, it
about
wasn't
Lego's
well-grounded.
cheese market and their
was
wine
not
market.
well-grounded.
And you know what? Maybe this is all a great plot to make
So-
toys out of cheese oil.
The RPG has
Cheese
been more or less
oil.
finished and is ready for beta
Oh yeah, hey,
testing.
yeah, the RPG's pretty much mostly done, right?
At this point, yeah, I mean it's playable.
Now, if
There will
only
be
I'd
more
actually make my character
Yeah, I
sheet
need to
instead
make
of
my-
wasting
I
my
need to
time
finish my
on dumb mocks.
Still waiting on people to make their character sheets.
Yeah, I still haven't
have I
finished my
finished?
character yet.
Am I finished with my character sheet mostly?
I think so. I think
I
the only
look
thing
it
was
up.
I had to like write rules for the speeder bike thing you intend to use, which
Right,
I do have.
right.
I do have vehicle rules in there now.
I finished
car.
mine.
Can I have like a Halo Warthog?
Oh my gosh.
Just
Mess,
drive along.
Mess, remember that comic? The Peace Day comic?
I do.
Who will want to play
Warthog.
Halo?
Lol, want to play
Why
Halo?
does it have to
Yep.
be a Halo Warthog? Why not just get like a Swamp Strider or something?
Yeah, like, get
Why
like
not
a
get a
G.
Warthog?
That's pretty much
Why not get a
what
3D
Warthog
printed
is.
Warthog?
Shut up, LJ. I was talking about
You know what? Why not? Let's make it happen.
Yeah, no, but no, I'm not talking like a Halo Warthog. I'm talking about like a Pumbaa Warthog.
I'm talking a Halo Warthog.
Oh. But don't you want to ride around on a Warthog? Like, wee, 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 I'm so...
I think it's time we end this episode.
Yeah, I think LJ, the 3D
trash.
printing fumes have got
This
to
is-
LJ's brain.
I don't. What was the point of?
This
You're
episode
on
is
you're
great.
on the road to a good discussion. I wanted to talk about the RPG real quick before we're
Yeah.
we're going
No,
off.
we're out of time, really.
Viper, did you settle on your character? Because we talked about me and Meso.
Oh
and
yeah,
LJ's
yeah,
characters
I
last time.
definitely settled on my character.
What is your character?
My character is like an Indiana Jones version, like the
Oh,
scatty
yeah.
version of Indiana Jones.
You're a Tomb Raider.
Yeah, kind of
Basically.
based off Thok a little, personality-wise, because Thok is great. And also, in my other D&D I'm playing with my friends, I'm pretty much making like a character that's based off Zaktan, so it's
You're
only fair.
playing
Have you
another
chosen an
D&D
element
without us?
yet?
It's
Like
either
what-
stone or psionics, I think.
Neat.
Just say Onyx, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think
Takuma-
psionics would be fun.
Can I ask you something? After this conversation, do you see it fit to nerf LJ's intelligence points
Hey!
on his character sheet?
You should put
I
a 3D
was-
printer
I was
in
thinking
the
it. I
RPG.
wasn't gonna say it. But hey, I'm gonna be controlling the whole thing. I can do whatever I want.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
no,
hey,
no,
hey, hey!
this.
I was
But
just
something I
trying
would
to...
like to say, because I mentioned this before we started recording. I do want to have the community involved, at least in some way. So what I thought would be neat is that even though there's going to be sort of an overarching story, gotta have little side missions and random encounters and stuff. And so I'll put up a topic on the message boards either today or sometime between now and when the episode comes out. And what I want people to do is submit their ideas for what would make little good sidetrack stories and missions that I could throw at.
That sounds like a good idea.
That's a really cool idea.
So things to keep in mind, you can't make it too specific. Don't tie it down to a specific character or location or anything. But don't just make it, oh, they run into a herd of Skakti. That's
Third
It's like,
no.
you
Right,
run into
right.
some-
the...
Do something.
You want to keep
yeah.
it loose, but you want to have some thought in it. Like maybe they come upon a small, like maybe you might say, they come upon a small village full of all these different Matoran, but for some reason, all of the Matoran of psionics have been dying off mysteriously, and you can explain, that there's a specific reason that they're being either they're being targeted.
It's the
or there's
dreaming
some sort of-
plague.
something, and just
Okay.
throw something out there.
All right. Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
make
yeah.
it too
I like it.
specific, but give it some depth to work with, so
There'll
that
be
I can
the-
then, I'll look over it, and if I like your idea, I will throw it at the players. when
There
I
will
feel
be
it is
people
appropriate.
that
Obviously,
have cameos in
players
there.
should not be looking through this topic.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
we can't
say,
be?
like,
Oh.
we could all just read and
Otherwise-
prepare for all the side
Yeah,
missions.
no. I mean, yeah, nope.
Could we also possibly, Takuma? I don't know if it's an idea that you might consider having a contest for a character, pick like from one character created by the community that will just show up once or once or twice or something.
Call it
in the
an
RPG.
NPC.
Well, they could do that as a side mission. Because I wouldn't want to necessarily have a character dedicated to the whole thing. I mean,
Right?
maybe.
No, not
I'll
like an
consider
actual,
it.
not an actual player character, but like there's different
Well, yeah, I know
characters
that,
we're going
right.
to encounter that
NPCs.
NPCs. So maybe that can be a contest.
You could
sometime
come up
down
with
the line. Maybe.
you could come up with some sort of side mission that involves this side character, and if I think it's appropriate, I could keep them throughout more of it.
That could end up
That
working
sounds
out
great.
really well.
Because I really
I'm
want
really
I
excited
really
for this,
want
yeah.
to emphasize consequence. And, how things, I don't want just everything to be isolated. I want everything to affect, everything else.
Right.
So, yes, you could, if you want to make your little side mission centered on your idea of this specific character, by all means. And if I throw it at them, and however it plays out, if that assuming that character doesn't die for some reason, if they could then become sort of real asset to the team, I could keep bringing them back, maybe.
Hey, all right. Let me ask you this.
It's
Takuma.
all gonna
I don't know how it's
like,
handled in this. What happens if one of our characters die?
You can be
What happens
resurrected.
then?
If one of
in
your
usual
characters
D&Ds,
dies,
you can be resurrected.
it depends on the person running the game, how they like to handle it.
Yeah.
Death will I'm not going to make it so that you cannot absolutely ever die. I'm not going to be brutal
Right.
or unfair. But if you die, then at that point, probably, I'm assuming we don't want to go all survivor and say, okay, you're out for the rest of the campaign.
Right.
You
Right.
probably just next episode roll a new character, and then I would, somehow make it insert that character into the current circumstances. Like, maybe while you were on a mission, you found this person's new character locked up in a cage.
Huh.
Maybe
Yeah.
they're a
Okay,
representative
alright.
sent from Turagaduma.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't have the same character, though, because that'd just be strange.
No, you can't have the same
Let's make
character.
a
just
clone
the same
with a
way.
3D printer.
But Meso, can you program a soul into a Matoran?
Yes.
The Matoran don't have
Actually,
souls.
I've
Their
assumed you
artificial
can.
intelligence was accidental when they were manufactured.
Takuma, let me ask you a question. You say anything's possible in this RPG. Can I opt to not use any of my gear points and have a 3D printer instead?
3D printers do not exist within the Bionicle universe, to my knowledge.
Well, darn.
Well, I
What
mean,
if
they do
what if
have
I
machines
anything
that
you want
make Matoran,
within
so
the
I'm
constraints of
assuming
the
they're a little
universe.
bit like 3D printers.
You can
Yeah.
do what you want, provided you are within the constraints of the universe.
What if I'm an engineer character? Can I invent a 3D printer?
If you have the appropriate knowledge and you pass the required skill tests, then by all means you could try and invent a 3D printer.
Interesting.
But you would
And
have
I
to
could
have
have
the
bananas
knowledge
for
and the
days.
materials and all that stuff. And then you'd have to have the... So long as it's within the constraints of the universe, you can say your character is going to do whatever you want them to do. But it should not be how you think would be the best way going forward. Should be what your character would do. Your character might do something that's absolutely detrimental, but you should go with that because that's what the character would do.
All right,
That's
one
not
last
fashion.
question about this RPG because
One last
question before we
One
wrap up.
last question.
This takes place in an alternate universe, right? But it's very much set within like Metro Nui, but it takes place in an alternate universe, right? Can we change canon? Possibly throughout the long-ranging effects of our actions throughout this RPG from the point that we're entered into this scene. Can we change canon, or are things always going to happen the way that they're set to happen?
That
It's
will
up to
have
the game
be-
master.
I would have to. It would. I honestly have to.
You
it
yourself
would depend on
can't
what
control the
happens, what it would
universe.
affect.
Yeah.
Right, but
I-
like just say that we go and we kill
In
Taraga
theory-
Doom or something.
In theory, well, if you try to kill Duragaduma and you actually succeed, then yeah, that would change things a bit.
Okay. But our actions will stick. Like, our actions take precedence over
Yes.
keeping a canon.
There,
All
yeah,
right.
like I said,
I'm
I
excited.
want to
Okay.
emphasize.
Let's do it. Let's go kill
consequence.
Doom.
Yeah, that's not.
but I might not.
No,
but-
I'm serious. Let's go kill Doom.
I'm gonna go
Hey,
find
I'm
Zack
not- I'm
Shamrock
not
and cut
ruling
off
it
his
out.
head.
I'll do it so you guys don't have to get your hands dirty.
Just make
I'm not
sure
a
it's
Toa.
something your character would actually do for some reason or another.
You see, I'm a Scotty,
Yeah,
so
I
I
don't
can
know.
do what
I
I
think-
want.
My
Nice.
character might. My character might kill Taraga Doom. That's it's within the realm of like what he would
Political
do.
reason.
Political reasons,
Yeah,
turning the entire thing into chaos.
I don't think you
Plunging
can kill
political
Taraga
world.
Doom, Kahi.
I'm not saying I can. I'm saying I would.
But Kahi,
That's
I
what
don't
the
think
Kuma's
you
asking.
would be able to begin with, because there's no such person by the name of Taraga Doom.
Right, thank you everybody for listening
Okay,
to this
I think
episode
it's
of
time
Yeah,
to...
alright.
Is it Duma?
Yes, it's Duma.
So
Be
dumb.
sure to like,
that's
comment,
so
subscribe,
dumb.
and
That's so
That's
dumb.
so dumb. No,
That's
that
so.
can't.
That's so Duma.
Episode 136, that's so dumb.
Nah, I think we're gonna go with you don't peel a car.
I said you can't peel a car.
We'll see.
He did.
Yeah.
I had it
No,
under
it would
control.
be
say
you
you can't
wouldn't
peel a
peel a car. You
Okay.
wouldn't peel a car. That's our thing.
You can't. There we go, fixed. Okay, so thank you all for listening to TTV 136. Kind of an oddball episode, but I think it was enjoyable in the long run.
Enjoyable.
So,
If you like
Stay-
stupidity, I guess so.
stay tuned for more exciting videos and content over the channel. And be sure to like, favorite, rate, comment, subscribe, and share, and favorite, and blah, 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 everything we do, and talk about it on the TTV message boards. Yeah. Plug everything. Audible trial. All that cool, fun stuff. See y'all next time. I'm Messina.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Viper.
Ah, Takuma Nova.
And goodbye,
And I forgot
everybody.
the number one rule: never argue with an idiot. They'll drag you down to their level and beat you with experience.
Yeah,
No,
don't
they'll
talk
beat
to
you with a
Kahi.
banana.
Yeah, that's why you don't
I'll
talk to
beat them
Kahi.
with a banana.
Banana!
Banana!
Sure. That's
It's
that's the lesson,
banana,
right?
not banana.
It's banana.
Okay.
Ooples and bananas.